Kingdom.
Question number 7, Dr. Russell Norman.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question is to the Prime Minister and asks, who in his government had access to the Rebecca Kitteridge report into the Government Communications Security Bureau before it was publicly released? And did the Prime Minister or any of his ministers or their officers leak the report?
And before I call the Minister, my office has been advised the answer will be longer than normal to give the detail. Honourable Bill English.
Mr. Speaker, on behalf of the Prime Minister, the report by Rebecca Kitteridge was initially provided to me and to my office on March the 22nd. The paper was circulated under strict Cabinet security procedures to members of the Domestic and External Security Cabinet Committee, and the membership of that is available on the Cabinet Office website of senior ministers. Copies of the report were received by the directors, secretaries or chief executives of the following agencies or organisations: GCSB, DPMC, Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Trade, Crown Law, NZSIS, the Intelligence Coordination Group within Department of Prime Minister and Cabinet, and the State Services Commission. In addition, 11 other senior officials within these agencies were given the report. 2 other ministers received it: the Honourable Peter Dunn, consistent with his membership of the Coalition, and the Honourable Maurice Williamson in his capacity as Minister of Customs. On behalf of the Prime Minister, I can give a categorical assurance that neither I nor my office leaked the report. I do not believe for a moment that my ministers or their officers leaked the report either. Earlier today in China, the Prime Minister informed the media he had asked his Chief Executive of DPMC to speak with the State Services Commissioner to provide some advice about a potential inquiry into the leak. That advice is likely to be received upon the Prime Minister's return to New Zealand.
Supplementary question, Dr. Russell Norman.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank you for the answer. Was the timing of the leak part of a communications strategy to divert attention from his inappropriate involvement in the appointment...
Order. I invite the member to start his question again.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Was the timing of the leak a part of a communications strategy to divert attention from his inappropriate involvement in the appointment of Ian Fletcher and to have other ministers front questions in Parliament?
Honourable Bill English, on behalf of the Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, no, the member's assertion is ridiculous. He should understand, if he regards himself as potentially a member of any government in the future, that no Prime Minister would treat matters of national security in that fashion, and he would hope that as a member of the Intelligence Committee, he will not treat matters of national security in that fashion.
Supplementary question, Dr. Russell Norman.
Is the reason that he is so confident that the Kitteridge report appendices have not been leaked because he knows what was and wasn't leaked, because he knows who leaked it?
Honourable Bill English, on behalf of the Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, and I think I answered the question yesterday about the appendices. I simply said on behalf of the Prime Minister they don't appear to have been leaked because they haven't appeared in the newspaper. They may be sitting in a shoebox under someone's bed, but we can't know if they've been leaked until they appear in public.
Supplementary question, Dr. Russell Norman.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Is the Prime Minister too relaxed when it comes to protecting the fundamental freedoms and rights of citizens? And does he think they will be able to relax when the law is changed, as he's proposing, to allow the GCSB to spy on every phone call, every email, every conversation and every meeting that a New Zealander has?
Honourable Bill English, on behalf of the Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, no. In fact, I think the extent to which the Prime Minister has gone to ensure that the law is complied with, despite the fact that everyone assumed it had been legal for GCSB to conduct these activities for decades, tells you how seriously he does take these issues. I might point out to the member, and for general interest, that in fact the New Zealand Security Intelligence Service, which to most New Zealanders will not be distinguishable from GCSB, has full legal rights to spy on all New Zealanders at any time, subject to warrants, etc. So if people think that New Zealanders cannot be put under surveillance by government security agencies, they are wrong. NZSIS can do that.
Question number 8, Honourable Phil Heatley. Honourable Phil Heatley.